Chapter 46, Jakes and the Lady. I was sold to a corn dealer who was a fair master, but the same could not be said for his foreman, who always overloaded his wagons. Worse still, I was forced again to wear the dreaded bearing reins. This made a difficult job twice as hard. One day I could not make it up a steep hill. This made my driver, Jakes, very angry. "Get on, you lazy fellow, or I'll make you." To be punished and abused when I was doing my best was so hard. It took the heart out of me. "Oh, pray do not whip your good horse any more." Is the wagon not overloaded, sir?" "Yes," the foreman ordered it. "But what can I do about that?" "He cannot use all his power with his head held back with that bearing rein. If you would take it off, I am sure he would do better." "Oh, very well. Anything to please a lady." "Poor fellow, let me take this off. Isn't that much better?" What a comfort it was. Now I felt ready for anything. Jakes got down and took the reins. I gave it my all. We were soon at the top of the hill. You see, he was quite willing when you gave him the chance. You won't put that rein on again, will you?" I can't deny it, but I'd be a laughing stock if I let him off. It's the fashion, you see." "Is it not better to lead a good fashion than follow a bad one? Please think on it, sir. Good day to you now." I say, that was a real lady. I will try her plan uphill at any rate. To his credit, Jakes kept his word, but my loads did not get any lighter. My strength soon began to fail me, and I was taken off the wagons for some rest. I thought myself lucky that I was sold before I went blind, but I soon began to suffer from another malady. This stable was so dark that I began to lose my sight. Chapter 47, Hard Times. I soon had good cause to question just how lucky I had been, for I was sold to the very cab company that had worked poor Ginger to death. As much as I had seen before, it was not until now that I knew the litter misery of a cab horse's life. I was worked 7 days a week and whipped so cruelly that at every turn I wished I might, like Ginger, drop dead. One day my wish very nearly came to pass. I picked up a family of 4 at the station. They had a great deal of luggage, and their little girl came around to pet me. "Papa, this poor horse cannot possibly take us and all our luggage. He is worn out." "So what do you say, cabby? Can your horse do it, or can't he?" "Oh, he can do it all right, sir." I was managing in spite of the heavy load until we came to Ludgate Hill. Suddenly it was all too much. My feet slipped from under me, and I fell heavily to the ground, unable to move. I thought that now I would die. As from a great distance I heard confusion of voices, some cursing, some pleading. I could heed none of them. I lay waiting for a release that would not come. At last, someone very, very near said, "He's dead. He'll never get up." And I hoped that there was more to death than this. But then a bucket of cold water was thrown over my head, and I knew that I was still alive. A kind-voiced man gave me some brandy, and I began to feel some life returning to my body. The same man kept petting me and encouraging me until I felt strong enough to stagger to my feet. This kind stranger led me slowly back to the cab company stables. The next morning, the owner of the cab company came with a farrier to look me over. "This is a case of overwork more than disease. If you could give him 6 months off, he would be able to work again." "My plan is to work him as long as they'll go and then sell him." "Well, there's a sale in 10 days. If you rest him and feed him up, he may recover enough to sell there." The owner rather unwillingly agreed, and for 10 days I was well cared for. I looked forward to the sale, thinking that any change would be for the better.